Hola, qué sopa a todos mis queridos televidentes. Soy Thalía Bravo, la que te va a llevar a acompañarme en esta serie donde hacemos recorridos, informarte sobre los servicios y compañías dirigidas a la comunidad latina aquí en Wichita Falls. Y ante todo, disfrutar y descubrir más de nuestra rica cultura, porque siempre estamos locos, pero nunca tristes. Esto es En las Pilas con Thalía.
Just 2 days after move-in day and not even a week until classes have started here at Midwestern State, students and faculty have received not one, but 3 MSU crime alert emails, all detailing and surrounding sexual assault, los cuales que son difíciles de encontrar en cualquier otra parte de Wichita Falls. Miembros de la comunidad dicen que el impacto del cierre de la tienda les hace la vida más difícil, ya que la michoacana se une a una lista de otros negocios dirigidos a minorías que cierran sus puertas. Financial concerns for some students here at MSU after receiving an email on January 25th about the closing of Pierce Residence Hall. Now, not only was this dorm known for its prominent international residents, but it is also the most affordable housing option here on campus.
Con Halloween a la vuelta de la esquina este año, mientras esté comprando dulces, tal vez se dará cuenta de que estos caramelos están costando más que cualquier otro año.
The fentanyl crisis has struck our community yet again. Just within this past weekend, fentanyl has claimed 3 lives. One of those being 21-year-old Adam Sattler, who was found dead by his roommate Sunday morning here at Mustang Village Apartments, where he was a resident. El nuevo año aquí en Midwestern State empezó con una señal puesta arriba de las puertas de uno de los restaurantes diciendo que quedará cerrado temporalmente. Pero hoy nos encontramos 3 meses después y aún no tenemos nada.
Administration says the project was funded by a $5 million donation from the J.S. Bridwell Foundation. After being under construction for roughly 2 years, the Bridwell Activity Center is finally opening its doors and is set to increase and flourish student life and engagement.
MSU student life is set to increase and flourish once the doors of an all-inclusive new activity center opens by the end of this month. Administrators say the project is one of the first for many transformations Midwestern State is set to see.
So the activity center is, think of it more as like some of the student center type of functions. It's not as large as the Clark Student Center.
Dubbed the BAC, one of the most anticipated features is the Kennedy Greek Commons, giving 5 MSU sororities a place to gather with one another. Matthew Park, Dean of Students, says the BAC consists of office relocations for student organizations, a multi-purpose room, conference rooms, a fully run coffee shop, and much more.
There's a full-service coffee shop. There are different meeting and event rooms that student organizations and campus departments can utilize for their needs. And there are some important student life offices, such as the Student Leadership and Involvement Office and the Student Government Association.
After being under construction since 2020, delayed by an entire year after supply shortages affected construction projects and business companies across the country, Phase 1 of what used to be the Daniel Building is now the BAC.
We have to go back in time to what this building was prior to the remodel. A wash bay that's now a seminar room. And so that's one of the really cool things about what this building has become. And so it took a lot of creativity by the work of the MSU personnel and then the architects to make this possible.
And it is not even fully done yet. The $5 million project that was authorized and voted on by the Board of Regents on August 6, 2020, fully encompasses each square foot of the 2-story building. Due to university financial constraints and funding, the second floor is patiently waiting on Phase 2. Despite the building's current soft opening, the grand opening of the BAC will be on October 28th, the Friday before MSU's homecoming game. Reporting for MMJ Media, I'm Thalía Bravo. Ubicado por Camp Boulevard en Wichita Falls, Texas, The Cell Phone Guy es un lugar que tiene todos los servicios para ti, entre pantallas dañadas, compra de nuevo celular, cambio de batería, de cámara, de bocina y también oportunidades de vender tu dispositivo y ganar dinero. En The Cell Phone Guy no falta absolutamente nada. Establecido en 2014 por Armando Villadiego, The Cell Phone Guy es una tienda que quiere lo mejor para sus clientes y cumplir todas sus necesidades. A lo largo de estos años, The Cell Phone Guy ha sido nombrado el mejor lugar para comprar un celular por 4 años consecutivos aquí en Wichita Falls. El dueño de la compañía, Armando Villadiego, Dice de dónde le vino la idea y por qué él piensa que es una necesidad tenerla acá en Wichita Falls.
La gente siempre quiere lo más nuevo. En la ciudad de Wichita Falls no había nada de una tienda para comprar y arreglar y componer y vender los accesorios como una tienda como la que tengo yo.
Villadiego nació en Nueva York de un papá colombiano y una mamá ecuatoriana. Casi todos los trabajadores de la tienda son sus familiares y además bilingües como él. Villadiego dice por qué cree que ofrecer estos servicios en los dos idiomas es tan importante en nuestra área.
Trato de mantener los que trabajan aquí, que sean familia o que sean amigos de familia, porque yo creo que puedo tener más confianza en familia. Casi todos son latinos. Me gusta eso porque para poder ayudar a los clientes en español o inglés. Es una adición que muchos de los negocios no tienen. Y yo creo que eso sí lo separa de las otras tiendas.
Jesús Moreno ha estado trabajando en la compañía desde febrero. Dice él que esta oportunidad le ha ayudado a entender más de los negocios y también cómo tratar a la gente.
Primero conozco al dueño, Armando. Sé que es buena persona y tiene familia buena, soy amigo con su hijo y me ofreció que viniera a trabajar hace como un año. Es lo que estoy estudiando yo y es como puedo ver cómo corre un negocio y puedo estar más cerca a cómo hace todas las cosas.
Antes de tener su propia compañía, Villadiego trabajaba en otras tiendas atendiendo a los clientes. Sin embargo, él dice que lo que más le gusta de su trabajo es tener el poder de manejar la empresa a su manera.
Lo que me gusta más es tener el poder de hacer lo que yo tengo que hacer en la tienda para ayudar al cliente, para tener el servicio mejor para el cliente, los mejores accesorios para los clientes. Entonces yo tengo mucho control sobre lo que pasa en la tienda y eso es lo que me gusta más.
Para MMJ Media, soy Thalía Bravo. March is a month of celebration, a month to take pride in being a woman, a month dedicated to recognizing the women who have paved the way for many of the rights women have today. In honor of Women's History Month, MSU held events throughout the month of March, some including Bold and Beautiful at the Moffett Library, highlighting the woman Frida Kahlo, one of the most famous Mexican painters in the world, Renata Flores, an uprising singer who sings in her native language, Quechua, and Utu. Next, in the Sunwatcher Plaza, #SayHerName, was an event filled with the artistic expression of showcases, music, and performances in memory of Black women who have lost their lives fighting against oppression on global, international, regional, and domestic scales. The event was followed by a vigil dedicated toward all the innocent Black women who have become victims of social and political injustices at the hands of their community, government, and domestic environment. Hosted by the Mosaic Cross-Cultural Center, specifically the WISE Stand Council, coordinator of WISE, nursing sophomore, Amani Augustine, explains why Say Her Name is more than just a hashtag.
Say Her Name is absolutely more than just a hashtag. Ultimately, the month is about women, and for my stuff specifically is about Black women. Just as easily as it was them, it could have been me, or it could have been you, or it could have been any of us here. While it's important to know their names, it's not enough, but you have to start somewhere.
The last event in celebration of Women's History Month was Take Back the Night, hosted by the Residence Life and Housing staff and Title IX, held at the Legacy Courtyard. The event was held in an effort to combat sexual violence and violence against women. Take Back the Night was filled with opportunities to learn, engage with resources, and support those who have been affected. Director and coordinator of Title IX, Laura Hetrick, has a message to victims of sexual assault.
I would tell them that is fine and it's up to them, and if they choose to speak up, that is fine. If they choose to never speak up, that's fine. What I want them to know from tonight and to see out from all these people is that they're supported, and that whether they've chosen to come forward and share their story or if they're not ready to yet, we still support them and we still want them to feel empowered.
Nursing major Christopher Madu says why it is important to acknowledge the sexual violence toward women and men.
I feel like it's important that this campus is doing it because, one, I feel like this event sort of, people that were afraid to kind of step up, may have had stuff happen to them in the past, could kind of give them back power, power, both men and women, give them back strength, power, knowing that they're not alone in this situation, knowing that there's a community of people that we all want to help them, you know, and build each other back up.
Reporting for MMJ Media, I'm Thalía Bravo.